Hey everyone, it's Nelson Miller here with SurelyWP, and I have an update for our popular Toolkit plugin for SureCart. This plugin is really expanding quickly, and we don't have any plans to slow down. In fact, we have, 4 or 5 complete new features scoped out to add next, beyond what I'm going to show you right now in this video. So this video is an update, version 1.3. Let's go over it and show you what all is new. So there's going to be several main things. We're going to talk about the lead magnet plugin being merged with Toolkit, and then FluentCRM integration has been greatly expanded. And then there's other things like smaller things, but things that are actually pretty cool. All right, let's take a look. So those will be like the two main things. So first of all, the lead magnets add-on is no longer being sold. We've taken it off our website a little while back. And basically the idea is that's a pretty small plugin. That was one of the original concept plugins that we created just to see if, SurelyWP could be a brand. And then it's just like a single feature. So it made a lot of sense for us to merge it with the Toolkit. But when we did that, we actually added, 6 or 7 new features to it. So the version in the Toolkit is going to be a lot more improved. And so there's different things. We simplified the way the settings are arranged. I could show you that. So like we have tabs now, and then we have the new fields interface here. We have this consent checkbox that wasn't here before, but now you can show or make it required or whatever. We're using that same interface on other plugins. And this is new, showing the lead magnets in the customer dashboard. So basically you can look over all of this consent checkbox. It's pretty cool. You can put in your own words there, whatever you want to say for that tab and the icon, and then here you can see how it would look. And then there's another thing when you're viewing your orders in the SureCart Orders, you can enable this column. That's in our admin columns feature, right? We just added it here, and you could move it around, or you could rename the column, but you can show that column, and then like it shows there's going to just a badge on that order. Like if the order was a lead magnet, it'll show that badge. Another thing, we made the subscription option inline. The subscription form used to just be a button and then it would pop up as a form. Now you can put it inline if you want to. We updated the shortcode for that. We added a new block for the block builder. We added these hooks for lead magnet orders, and as soon as this update is released, then Otterkit can make the actual direct integration. So we're going to be asking them to do that. We had to release the update first, so that will be coming. So there's a lot of new things for that, kind of related but not quite, but let's talk about it. We added this new shortcode to display okay, I'm talking about two different things here. Okay, so it's a shortcode to display downloads, and like when you go to the customer dashboard, you can display downloads, but maybe you want to put those downloads somewhere else, or maybe you have like your own like customer portal or whatever, right? And so we added the download shortcode, but then we also have an attribute where you can use the, let's see, what is it? Lead magnets only equals true. So you can put that in there, and then any lead magnet products or downloads will show. So you could have like a page on your website that's, here's your free downloads, something like that. To make that even better, what we've done is, you can see this before and after, we added the ability to show a thumbnail. We kind of just thought, the SureCart download thing could be improved, so we did it. And that will be a setting that you can enable. So thumbnails on downloads, and that would be like in the default ones, in the product page, and then in the new shortcode. Now for the FluentCRM integration, we expanded this a good bit. Now we started with the essentials, the purchase products, the product prices, and the product variants. I mean, those are definitely at the core, and I use these all the time. So if you purchase something on SurelyWP.com, and like if it's the yearly 5 license, well then I'll add a tag, I'll use the product prices in the automation and add the tag for that, right? That way, if I'd ever need to, contact the people who just had that product price of that product, then I could do that, something like that. Okay, but we've added all these new ones highlighted. So the product collections, total order count, total order value, first order date, last order date, and use coupons. And we made it work just like in WooCommerce. So, and you can actually see here, if I go to the advanced filter, just in the contacts, and you click here, and then you click SureCart. These are all the options that we have now. So of course we had, purchase products, and then you have all these options, right? Does not include, includes, and all that. But now you can do, like, you could say, use a coupon, and then does include or does not include a specific coupon that you have on your site. So a lot of possibilities here. The order count, the order, when it was made, and all that. So hope you like that. And of course, over in automations, so let's say you're working on an automation using our already built-in automations or whatever, and you want to add a condition. So a condition is going to check, like, does this thing apply? And you can do the same things here. So what I use that for, like I said, I'll say something like, was the product price a specific price? Like, was it the lifetime unlimited or whatever? And then if so, then the result will be like add tag or something. So, and there all the things are listed. Oh, and we expanded the user switching feature as well. So it's kind of like, this update is kind of like an improvement to a lot of things that we kind of already had. We were not able to add the switch to user link on orders and subscription lists. We had them on the individual items, but SureCart made some changes a couple months ago that allowed this. So we're happy to have added them. We had a request for someone who was like, there's obviously that free user switching plugin in the WordPress directory that only works for WordPress users. Obviously, it doesn't work for the SureCart interface and customers and orders. So they wanted to get rid of that and only use our feature, and it kind of made sense. So we added the switch to user option on users in the user list. So now you can delete that other plugin and just use our feature. A couple other things. So this was, I think this was released in a previous update. So tab visibility. So we have the setting to customize the customer dashboard. I think I already kind of showed you that. Well, no, I didn't. That was the admin columns. The customer dashboard tabs are here, and then you can add new tabs. You can add your own custom tab, remember? Let's say I don't want invoices to show, or I want to change it. I can rewrite something, but you probably don't want invoices unless you're using invoices, that kind of thing. What we've done here is said, maybe you want to only show plans, or maybe you want to make a new one. And if it's per user role or the Sure members access group, we added this tab visibility because this way you can show or hide the tab based on that. So obviously the existing tabs are going to be there and you could hide them. But let's say you make a tab and you only want it to be visible for this group. Okay, that's in your customer dashboard, the tabs. Now you can do that. We added a settings link. We're doing that to all of our plugins. We updated the font color in our plugins. I feel like we did some other things, but I don't know offhand. Didn't write them down. But hope you enjoy this update. And in fact, we are working on several new features that are so close to being done. What I'm going to do is kind of, once they're completely finalized and ready, we're going to release one at a time. This one had a lot of features all in one. It kind of took longer for us to do. There's going to be a couple more features coming in the next, I don't know, couple months. I don't know exactly when, but weeks probably. And I'll just do one update for each main feature. All right, and of course, keep the ideas coming, and we'll consider everything that you have. Send us an email. A lot of feedback goes into what we release here. All right, hope you enjoy the update.